bacterial, fungal, and viral bioagents. Under that, we have Bacillus thuringiensis, that is BT formulations, then Baeuveria bassiana, and baculoviruses. Let us know about bioagents. First one is bacterial bioagents or bacterial pesticides, we say. Bacterial pathogens used for insect control are, they may be spore forming rod shaped bacteria. They comes under the genus Bacillus. Example is Bacillus thuringiensis. Bacillus thuringiensis is a widely distributed bacterium. It can be isolated from soils, litter, and dead insects. Okay. Your Bacillus thuringiensis is spore forming bacterium, and it produces several toxins such as alpha, beta, and gamma exotoxin and delta endotoxin. These toxins can be obtained in crystalline forms. Also, these toxins have insecticidal properties. For example, Bacillus thuringiensis formulations of Kustiki variety, they kill the caterpillar stage of moths and butterflies. Moving on to mechanism of action or mode of action of the BT formulations on insect pests. So, what happens in this is, first the caterpillar consumes the foliage treated with BT formulation, that is Bacillus thuringiensis, especially Kustiki variety. So, we apply the spores or the crystalline toxin. When the Bacillus thuringiensis is ingested by a susceptible insect, the protein toxin, the toxin present in the BT formulation, which is a protein, that toxic protein gets activated by alkaline conditions and also enzyme activity in the insect's gut. The protein, the toxic protein present in the Bacillus thuringiensis formulation we had applied. So that toxin gets activated by the alkaline conditions present inside the insect's gut and also by some enzyme activity of the insects within the gut. The crystal protein, which is highly insoluble in normal conditions. Okay, so it is entirely safe for humans. It is safe to humans, higher animals, and most of the other insects. However, it is solubilized in reducing conditions of high pH, that is above 9.5. So the conditions commonly, this 9.5 pH is commonly found in the midgut of larvae, that is Lepidopteran larvae. For this reason, BT is a highly specific insecticidal agent. Okay. Once it has been solubilized inside the gut of the insect, the protoxin is cleaved. Okay. Once it gets activated, toxic protein gets activated inside the insect gut, it gets solubilized. So the protoxin is cleaved by a protease enzyme, that is gut protease inside the insect, to produce an active toxin called delta endotoxin, which will be about 60 kilodalton in size. So this toxin then binds to the midgut epithelial cells of the insect. Okay. The delta endotoxin then binds to the midgut epithelial cells. So this creates pores in the cell membranes that leads to the equilibration of ions. Okay. So then it results in the rapid immobilized the gut will be rapidly immobilized. Then the epithelial cells inside the gut gets lyse. Okay. Or they gets open. The larva then stops feeding. As a result, the larva stops feeding and the gut pH gets lowered by the equilibration with the blood pH. Then this lower pH enables the bacterial spores to germinate inside the insect, and the bacterium can then invade the host. It can entirely invade the host. The poisoned insects will die quickly usually from the activity of this toxin, or it may take some 2 to 3 days for them to die. This is because of the blood poisoning. Okay. We say septicemia, that is blood poisoning. Once they get infected, they invaded, the insects will die quickly, or they may take some 2 to 3 days. The toxin may take 2 to 3 days to kill the insects later. So this is about the mode of action of Bacillus thuringiensis on insect pests. In the picture you can see the mode of action. The first step, you can see ingestion, that is the toxin is ingested to the insect pest. Then the toxin gets activated, solubilization inside the insect gut by alkaline pH of the insect's gut. Then the activation of the protoxin. The activated toxin is called as delta endotoxin. Then the insect will die due to the effect of the toxin. So this is about the mode of action. So these are the some of the BT formulations. The bacteria they have used, and product name, that is trade name by which they sell the product, then which are all the lethal host range. Some examples we can see here: Bacillus thuringiensis Kustaki variety. Uh, this formulation have a trade name as Bacter, Bioworm, Futura, Caterpillar Killer, Thuricide, etc. They are lethal to the host range Lepidoptera larvae, bullworm, that is Heliothes species, caterpillars larvae, butterflies and moths. Next we have Israelensis variety of BT. The product names are Aquabid, mosquito attack, Natrol, Larvix, etc. So they are lethal to larvae of AIDS and Sorophora, mosquitoes, black flies and fungus gnats. Then we have Sandigo variety by product name M1. It is lethal to Colorado potato beetle, elm leaf beetle adults and larvae.